So I like to open up the show this evening with what has happened over on the Joe Budden podcast. So, long story short, a monetary dispute causes friendships. Let's call it what it is, right? Basically, there was a deal, like a deal being made for the podcast or whatever, and essentially Joe didn't cut in Rory or Mile. And there's been, grievances on Rory's behalf in the past, month or so about how he feel like, yeah, this is supposed to be a, show where it's just friends hanging out and talking and shit. But on the other side of that fence, am I back?
Yes.
All right. Where did I stop at?
Talking about friends breaking up and shit.
Oh God, yeah, this is gonna frustrate the shit out of me. All right, I'm trying to make the best of it. So they basically it was like a deal going on or whatever for the podcast or whatever. And Rory in the past have like expressed grievances on how like yeah, it's supposed to be a show where it's just like three friends hanging out. But on the other side of the fence, like there's other things that could be done to, make things a little more comfortable on the show. And, it was just essentially dismissed by Joe, in which essentially started riling Rory up every once in a while. And it got to a point where Rory just took leave. So when Rory took leave, Mal took leave, along with him in solidarity. Well, long story short, Joe, like, at first he was like, this is an issue between friends, and we're not going to, air it all out or anything like that. We all have each other's numbers. We're going to talk about it, off air. And when we get things established, they'll be back on the show. You know what I'm saying? So, like that being said, there's going to be special guests. However, Roy and Mao, your seats are always open. They're here when you guys are ready to come back. Well, that pretty much devolved into Rory, you're fired. Mao, you're fired. Because they want to get paid a little more, to my understanding. And I want to say this, gentlemen. This is not that kind of show. Money don't mean shit to me. Do I want to make a lot of it? Yes. However, it's not going to be the determining factor of my friendship. Like, one, I constantly rip on you on a consistent basis, but you my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate
Kenny.
that.
Kenny, I'll crack on you every once in a while. But you're my fucking guy.
My guy.
Fuck you. Is my fucking guy.
My guy.
Slippers.
My guy.
My cousin.
The broskies.
My fucking cousin. So that goes without saying.
My brother.
Kiki, my fucking girl. Like,
shout out to
Sleep,
you.
my fucking guy.
My guy.
All of y'all are Gorilla Gang. All right? And anything that I do and I progress in life, so long as y'all are down with me, it's yours too. And I want y'all to understand that right the fuck now.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yep.
I eat, we all eat.
Exactly. That was the mantra of one of my late friends that I miss terribly to this day. If I eat, we all eat. Thank you, Dylan. Live via satellite. It is Gorilla Game Podcast. I am Carlos Crawford, alongside my co-hosts this evening, Kenny Whitaker and Juan Lindsay. This week, so the off season's in Rwanda or what? I don't know. But first,
Rwanda forever.
Right.
Smile.
I gotta log back into my shit. That being said, Pin Count brought to you by Kiki and Co Desserts.
Yeah.
Number 1. So Backlash is Sunday, so tomorrow night. If we're being completely honest, I don't even know what the card looks like. So
Me either. You're not alone there.
Me either. All I know is Cesaro versus Roman Reigns.
Well, yeah, a lot of people are probably asking, why are we, doing a preview of a card that we don't even know about? This is a wrestling show, so
Right.
So that's why. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to keep up with
I know about Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre versus
Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, Bobby Lashley. Yeah.
Okay.
Like
I pulled them up. So we got Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre versus Braun Strowman, the WWE
That's for
Championship.
the WWE Championship.
We got
And
Bianca Belair
Bianca
versus
Belair
Bayley,
Bailey. Oh shit!
Women's Championship.
Ooh, that's gonna be good.
That's gonna be a good match.
Rhea Ripley versus Asuka versus Charlotte Flair for the Raw Women's Championship, in which Flair's gonna win that. We know it. Come on, man.
They
Listen,
might shock you.
I think we can officially assume they're trying to get Charlotte to 16. Come
Oh
on.
yeah, most definitely. I already
It's
called
that time
that.
It's the time we start accepting that. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, Charlotte's gonna win that match. I hate to see it. I really do. Because we need to start, giving these champions more run instead of going back to who they really want as champion and shit.
I don't want them to bury Rhea Ripley like this though. Like, don't give her the title for a month and then take that shit off.
And then take it away from her.
But the thing was, it was supposed to have been Charlotte in the first place, but she caught COVID, so that kind of messed everything up with her.
Well, now it's not. She needs to earn her spot back again.
Yeah, but WWE, they're gonna give it to Charlotte because she's the queen. So you gotta be ready for it. But either way, out of all three of them, I don't really care who wins. I like them all. So
Ric Flair didn't win 16 championships in the span of less than 10 years. That's my point.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
neither did Cena.
Neither did Cena. So it's kind of overkill to me.
Did we have what? Did you have to bring his name up?
I didn't want to, but he's.
It was necessary that it was brought up because it was another good example.
Yeah,
I understand. Hey, I feel you on that. I agree.
I hate Cena just as much as I hate the Cowboys.
He's a 15-time champion, and we have to respect him.
And both of you know how much I know. The hell I don't.
Yeah, you're right. What the hell you know?
I asked me all that shit. Fuck John Cena. and that's on my dead father. He can kiss my ass.
Not even like
is Ziggler and Rude versus Mysterio versus the Mysterio family.
Oh shit, Dolph Ziggler got a match outside 1940. He been losing since. If you watch the product, you'd know the joke.
Don't do Dominic like that.
If you watch the product, you'd know the Ziggler joke.
If Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio wins the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, they will be the Ken Griffey family of the WWE.
Yeah. It's going to happen because Ziggler and Rude had the title for a while.
Here's a hot take. I haven't liked Rey Mysterio since
I don't know why either, but yeah, you're right. You said what? What was your hot take?
Here's a hot take. I haven't liked Mysterio since WCW for real. Well, I'll take that back. I liked him when he won the World Heavyweight Championship. But after that...
You're bugging.
I don't like him because the only reason I don't like Mysterio is because they try to push him too much down our throats, kind of like they did Cena, the kid friendly shit, which I get. Like they
didn't start doing that until after Eddie died. There's obvious reason behind that.
I respect him as an in-ring competitor. Don't get me wrong. He like in the ring, he's earned his stripes. I don't like Mysterio.
Niggas hating on King Mystery, dog. You hate to see it.
Maybe I just don't. Maybe I think it's a thing with certain luchadors for me. Like I don't know.
Rey Mysterio is one of those certain luchadors, dog. Like how?
He's like one of the best ever. So
he the last of them, if we've been honest.
No, because if you go to AEW, you see some.
Don't wrestle no more that I know of.
If you go to AEW, you see some good luchadors.
WWE ruined Ultimo
Dragon. I forgot about that.
That's Ultimo Dragon's fault. He shouldn't have came.
I forgot all about Ultimo Dragon. Don't forget the Mexico Super Crazy Psychosis.
The Mexico
Psychosis was my nigga.
Because Juventud Guerrero was that fucking work until he got
Juventud Guerrero was that work.
Goddamn lawnmower.
See, I liked them then. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck they did to him now.
I like them too, but that doesn't negate the fact that they ruined them.
Yeah,
they still exactly. I don't like that they ruined Ray, and they doing it, and it's still bad.
The next match is Roman Reigns versus Cesaro, which I'm not watching because we know how that's going to pan out.
Fuck Roman Reigns.
Honestly, at this point, like.
But what if Cesaro wins?
Here's the thing, right? Cesaro's not winning. Here's the thing, right?
Wins, it's a miracle. If Cesaro wins, it's a miracle.
They're too high on that tribal chief.
Yeah, I know.
Too high on it.
I know.
Way too high on it. So it's not happening. I'm sorry. I wanted to happen, Juan.
But what if the Uso brothers turn on Roman?
They're not.
I know,
cool,
but
though.
I'm just thinking. This is what I want to see. This is what I want to see. If that happens,
we all want to see it, Juan.
That'd be amazing.
But you're not going to get it.
Yeah, no. We just gotta bow down to the tribal chief some more.
And fuck that. Suck my dick from the back. Bow down to Roman for shit. And I've been telling y'all about this. I've been telling. Can I have a rant moment, please, Carlos?
Nine, nigga.
Can I have a rant moment, please? Can I have a rant right now?
Cook.
I've been telling you motherfuckers for almost 3 fucking years now.
Yep.
Fuck Roman Reigns and fuck all this agenda. He's a Cena 2.0. They pushing the motherfucker down the throat. They just found a way to get you motherfuckers to like this nigga. And by liking this nigga, by booing this nigga, now he's not going no fucking way. And y'all booing him for the wrong reasons. You need to boo him because he don't need to be there, not boo him because he's a heel. And now y'all fell into the fucking trap. And I warned you about the fucking trap from day one. What did I say on this very program, Carlos?
It was a trap.
Said, don't fall for the fucking trap. And what happened? You were falling for it. You were like, I don't know, man. Roman's kind of like, no, don't fucking do it. You're intelligent.
I ain't gonna lie. I was falling for it too.
Juan was falling for that shit hard.
That joint was tough. The way the setup was great.
Yeah, the setup was good. That's
now I'm just tired of it.
But they're dragging it at this point.
Yeah, it's done with now. Now I'm over it.
They ain't dragging me through shit. Fuck y'all. I've been smelled that shit. Out of here.
Hey, Kenny, look at me. Good fucking call. Because I owe you in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like this is just infuriating at this point. Because nobody wants Cesaro to be a champion more than, well, at this point, all of us.
All of us want Cesaro to be.
Like Cesaro has
he
been
deserves
it for the last 10 years now.
Yeah.
That motherfucker hands down the best wrestler on that roster.
Facts.
Easily.
And the one time
I'm telling you, if he do win, Tyson Kidd's gonna be crying. They go have that man. You know, they was They was.
I don't think Tyson. I don't think
Billy
Tyson
and Chuck 2.0, yo.
I don't think Tyson Kidd gonna be crying for the reason you gonna be crying. I think he's gonna be crying because he's gonna wish it was him.
Yeah.
Tyson Kidd crying over Cesaro winning the championship, but he's not crying over his fucking wife.
Yeah.
Tag team. Yeah, okay.
Oh, shit. I forgot all about that. And that makes me mad too. That pisses me off. How the fuck?
I kind of like it because
no. I like it. I don't like it that they didn't give it to him at the right fucking time. Why give it to him before fucking Backlash when you had the opportunity to give it to him at Mania?
Yeah. You have an excellent point.
Give it to him. Because look at the shit. If you're gonna put the fucking belts on him, put it on him at Mania.
Yep.
Nia and Shayna are two main event women's wrestlers. You can put them in the WWE women's title picture whenever the fuck you want to.
Whatever you feel like.
And we will believe that shit.
Trust me, that tag team is going to break up. And it's going to be Shayna that does it.
That writing's on the wall. Shayna's splitting that shit up by breaking Nia's arm. And I'm for that feud. But just imagine that feud with the title involved.
Well, that's how it began, and that's how it's going to end with as a feud. Like, and you know what? As far as Shayna and Nia goes, that's a hell of a story, and we don't pay enough attention to it because we just take for granted. That is essentially how Cesaro and Sheamus was supposed to pan out, but it didn't. Because they were actually good as a tag team. You know what I'm saying? Shayna and Nia, like, they mesh, but they don't mesh well. So, like, it's still an odd couple type of deal, like Stone Cold and fucking HBK being the tag team champions. So,
yeah,
they're bound to break up at some point, and it's going to be probably at Backlash, if we're being honest.
Yeah,
here's my thing: Natalya and Tamina. These are two women that have deserved title opportunities for a long time now. Now Natalya's gotten it, and she kind of squandered it, but it was only squandered because you didn't give her any solid challenges. Like, you just fed her the bottom half of the women's division and was like, all right, that's enough for the run.
Correct.
Like, Natalya is, if Cesaro is the best wrestler in that company right now, Natalya is the best female wrestler in that company right now. Why? Because she's a fucking heart. That's why. That's all you need. Like, that fucking family is a family of legendary technicality in wrestling.
I wouldn't call her a heart.
Pure technicians.
I wouldn't call her. I wouldn't call her a true heart, but she's on the heart lineage. I guess.
Nia heart.
Yeah.
She has heart in the name.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's enough.
Yeah, but when I think of heart, I think of Brett, Owen, and Stu. I don't think of.
When I think of heart, I think of the dungeon and everyone that's gone through it. So that includes.
But if you want to rank the people that have come out the dungeon, where do you rank Natalya? Like,
the
seriously.
Only woman to be in one.
I mean, yes, but
survive.
But at the time, women weren't coming through. So she's a trailblazer, yes. But
I think she's the only woman to be in a dungeon.
Listen, women want equal rights, right? Are we gonna judge them equally on wrestling skill? If we judge them equally, Natty's kind of last. It's a fair assessment of wrestling skill.
If the assessment of equality, I'll give you that. However,
she's kind of at the bottom.
However, that she is the only woman to come out of the dungeon. That's enough.
Respect. That's enough to get respect. And listen, I'm not taking away her respect. I would never do such a thing. I'm not that much of a dick. I'm not that much of a dick. Well,
you could
from evaluation standpoint, sure, I'll give you that. evaluating talent that's come out the dungeon, getting her my respect for her is kind of low because she's not really that good catch at everybody else. But as far as earning her stripes in the ring, she has done that and then some, and she's been a pillar in the company, so she deserves the belt. I agree with you.
But if pretty much like how you feel about Rey Mysterio.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's the circle of life with Kenny.
Yeah, exactly.
All comes full circle.
No doubt.
Listen, this wouldn't happen if they take the talent. Listen, this wouldn't happen if they take the talent and groom it properly.
And which they don't. In which you're right, that is a problem.
You want me to not be? You want me to not be a dick? Groom the talent right.
Here's a point, Mandy and Dana.
Correct.
These are two talent. Like at this point, they're showing us that they could be of main event quality. So start
again
the type of matches for that.
I feel like I'm gonna be cooking a lot today. And again, who was beating the drum for Dana Brooke? This guy.
Well, both of us actually, because
I love Dana Brooke. I love Dana.
I've always said that Dana had potential. She was just green for a little while, and then once she wasn't green anymore, they just ignored her.
And you kind of shitted on Dana Brooke a little bit, though. You kind of
shitted on her. Her being green part was me shitting on her, but she wasn't green for too long afterwards. So then it started to become, well, when the fuck is Dana Brooke going to get like some type of push?
They gave it to her for like a month, and then it just disappeared. I remember
that. And then it disappeared. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. And then they like paired her with Mandy Rose, which, if we're being completely funky about this, why did you break up Rose and fucking Sonya Deville? If you're going to just link her up with another tag team partner, that was pointless. About as pointless as
because WWE don't know what the fuck they're doing.
They have no clue.
And they're hanging on by a thread because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Why do you think I'm rooting for AEW so hard?
They were setting up Mandy for this daggone singles push or whatever, then instantly put her back in the tag team. It was kind of stupid as hell.
They don't follow through in certain things, and that's the problem. The fact that they don't follow through on certain storylines, they just randomly drop storylines.
And
that's what's causing the issue.
And this is what pisses me off. And this is what's pissing me off even more so about WWE. The best thing they got going is the developmental system.
That's the irony of it all.
Motherfuckers come out the developmental system and you still bury these motherfuckers.
You ruin them.
Where's Keith Lee?
He's hurt, isn't he hurt?
I heard he was getting married to AM. So that's
kind of last thing I heard, he was like hurt. Okay, well, if you're getting married, it's cool. Congratulations on your marriage. I appreciate it. But why?
Forget his marriage. He's marrying my wife. I don't appreciate that.
Juan, you weren't going to get me a yam.
I could get her.
These are all pipe dreams, Juan. These are all pipe dreams.
We all have pipe dreams, bro.
I emphasize on the pipe.
Bad Carlos. But
so
okay, are we going to the second pin? Because I want to make one more real quick point about this one. Then we can move on if you're ready to move on. But you shouldn't have like people coming out your developmental system wanting to go back to developmental, right? Like Finn Balor. Yeah, he got the belt. He got hurt. Never really got a fair shot. When he got a shot for it, it was a squash. To who?
Wasn't it Roman?
Yes, it was.
It was Roman.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, listen, I didn't.
The issue is, right, the developmental territory is the best show in town.
Yeah.
So when you have the developmental scene being your best show, what the fuck? Like, that should be a wake-up call to the main roster writing. Because it shows how is it really the superstars that aren't, coming to the plate and knocking out the park, because the superstars are actually doing the best they can.
Mm-hmm.
I see that every week.
But
that I actually watch wrestling. But it's writing that ruins it.
Yeah, and the ripple effect of that is wrestling fans that love the developmental are going to start tuning out because they know their favorite stars in developmental aren't going to get a real push.
Yep. Or not even that. Motherfuckers just going to strictly watch the developmental. Because it's just outright the better show.
That's what I've been doing lately. I only watch like NXT.
Y'all might want to just go ahead and put DX in charge of all the shows. Y'all might as well.
And the smartest thing they did was put it back on Tuesday nights. The smartest thing they did was put it back on Tuesday.
The smart thing to do is for Vince to just walk away at this point.
Well, he's not doing that.
I know, but he has
Vince is going to die.
I already know. He said that. He said he's going to die. Yeah.
So that's not happening. So we're just waiting. We're playing the waiting game for Vince to kick it. In which case, I don't think Vince is kicking it anytime soon. Vince is fucking Big Tanny.
Yeah, he's Walt Disney. He gonna freeze his daggone head and hide it under the WWE.
No, not Walt Disney cryogenic sleep. I mean, this motherfucker just works out to the point where he's gonna live to be 120, and we're gonna hate it all because we're gonna be in our 50s, and wrestling is finally starting to make a change.
Yeah, by then we're gonna have our own promotion.
That's gonna be better.
I am speaking that into existence. This shit has got to end. I'll put Carlos in any writing room against anybody in WWE.
Dude, my writing skills would be good too. All the daggone matches I be making on WWE 2K, man.
Okay, you could be there too, but Carlos is the head of that shit. So
yeah, he could be the head of it. Yeah. I mean, I could probably outright Carlos. Who knows?
No.
Y'all never seen my stuff. Y'all never seen my stuff.
No.
So hey, it's fine. But yeah, Carlos could be in charge.
I respect your confidence.
I'd rather be a wrestler anyway.
I have no choice but to be good things. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
I'd rather be the champion of the promotion. You know, put the belt on me. That'd be good. Kenny could be my manager. You know.
Yeah, because I'm not taking a bump. I'll talk my ass off. I'm not taking a bump.
I'll talk my ass off.
It's quiet.
Maybe into that. Damian Priest versus The Miz. I can get with that.
Oh shit! It's another match.
It's a lumberjack match.
Seemingly the last match of the night. It's numbered, but I don't think it's in order. But 6 is Damian Priest versus The Miz in a lumberjack match, and we all know how much I enjoy marquee matches. So I can get into that.
Yeah, if Bad Bunny's not showing up, I don't think I want to watch it.
Bad Bunny's on. So.
Damian Priest gonna wind up winning that match because The Miz, he's starting to push people now.
You actually want to watch with Bad Bunny around. Now Bad Bunny not around, you want to watch it. Okay. All right. Well, motherfucking Canadian destroyer, this thing don't know that.
Remember, folks, for every Bad Bunny, there's a Logan Paul.
Jesus Christ.
Now that's balanced.
Logan's about to die in that ring.
Honestly, not really. But he's going to get his shit tagged mercilessly. Yeah, that's going to be fun to watch at least.
I'll watch that.
Floyd Mayweather hasn't knocked a motherfucker down in years. It's not happening. So it's going to be left to judge.
Never know.
Logan Paul might just be that nigga.
Exactly.
Trust me. It's going to be a left to judge.
You could tell Logan never really took a real punch.
That's the thing. Floyd got to take a punch in order to knock this motherfucker down. And Floyd not going to take no punches. So we're going to let the judges decide whether y'all like it or not.
I honestly don't see it going the distance.
Listen, if it don't go the distance, it's because Paul threw in the towel. I can assure you, it's not.
Yeah, he's gonna gas out.
He's gonna gas out.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Connor all over again.
I love to see him quit.
Exactly. That's exactly how this shit gonna go down. But again, he's gonna sit in the corner. He's gonna be too gas to come back out. They're gonna throw in the towel. He's not going down.
Still technically.
I don't even know if Floyd even got that knockout power anymore because he hasn't done it before. Hasn't done it.
For once in my life,
Well,
Carlos,
he did it against the guy in China or Japan. It was one of the places where he did that exhibition match. He knocked the dude out.
He did an exhibition match?
Yeah, it was like in China or something like a couple years ago, something like that.
Man, that shit don't count.
He knocked the dude
It don't
out.
count, but I retract my statement at that point. Because if he can knock a motherfucking random bum down in an exhibition match, yeah, then I guess he can knock down Logan Paul then. All right, I can dig it.
Speed is power.
Even more now.
Speed is power.
That is for true. With that being said, who do y'all got for these matches?
Oh, we didn't pick our winners? Shit.
I got Damian Priest over The Miz because The Miz is pretty much just pushing people now.
Naturally, yes.
I have the Mysterio family winning.
Also.
Yeah.
Charlotte's gonna win.
Charlotte's winning that match, and there's nothing we can do about it.
There's nothing we can do about it. Bianca Belair is gonna win against Bayley.
Mm-hmm. She's gonna retain against Bayley, and it's gonna be good as hell too. Oh my god, I can't wait for that match. That's the match. That's the highlight match I'm looking forward to. Bianca versus Bayley, because they're gonna burn the house down.
Two beautiful women, both good at what they do. Sign me up.
Right.
Exactly.
Just make sure I got my Lucian on standby.
Awesome.
I got Drew McIntyre. They putting the belt back on Drew.
That sounds like the move. But I feel like they're gonna have Lashley defend it. No way they get Braun the title. No fucking way.
Yeah, they ain't gonna get Braun the title no more. He's the Big Show.
Braun gonna get hurt on the way to the arena.
So pretty much, Drew McIntyre. Bobby Lashley won't get pinned at that match. Braun Strowman's going to get pinned by Drew. That's how I see it going.
Braun gonna get hurt before the match, and they're gonna make it one up.
And Roman's gonna beat Cesaro, even though I want Cesaro to win, but we are just gonna happen.
Roman's gonna suck a dick and win the match.
Hey man, it is what it is.
Fuck Roman Reigns and fuck all you WWE machine loving motherfuckers that love this motherfucker and let that shit happen.
Roman Reigns has the charisma of his cousin acting as his uncle.
Actually, for that women's title match, I did it for that women's title match. I can see Alexa Bliss coming out interrupting that title match with her little doll, whatever, because she says she's looking at somebody.
Absolutely been fascinated with Bliss lately. Absolutely fascinated. This role is
perfect for her.
She's crushing this shit.
Look at the smile on my face.
Crushing this role.
It's perfect.
Like, oh my God, I love it. We're like, whenever I show my mom wrestling, because my mom's an Asuka fan, and like whenever I show an Asuka match or whatever, and Alexa Bliss comes out of nowhere, my eyes are glued to the TV, and my mom just has this look on her face. Like that's usually how the scene is in my room when we're watching the match. So it's like everyone else is weirded out by it because it's like some horror movie, Pandora's box type shit. And that's why I love it, because she does it so well. That's what makes it so amazing.
I think she's. Oh, go ahead.
I've been loving Alexa Bliss when she was Little Miss Bliss, just doing Twisted Bliss. So
yeah, me too.
This shit is just making me giddy inside.
Dude, I loved Alexa Bliss when she was on NXT with Dad going. What's that tag team?
Yeah,
Murphy and whatever his name is. Yeah, they're not even relevant. Yeah, so
damn. I don't know that tag team. That's how terrible they were.
Exactly. Yeah. But not Alexa.
Well, they was tag team champions. And they was the NXT tag team champion. But yeah, I think Alexa Bliss, because she said she has an eye on somebody, I think she might take out Asuka. And then it's gonna be like a one-on-one match, because triple threat match, no disqualification.
I just hope she got her eye on whoever wins, whoever has the title.
That too.
That's what I want.
Yes, because I would say Alexa deserves a push with this character to win the title. I would say one
could assume that that's who she has her eye for. That just makes no sense.
Yeah.
However, number 2. So Tim Tebow is 33 years old. Why in the fuck is he coming back as a tight end? Well, first let's start with the fact that draft experts said that he should become a tight end, but he was like, "No, I'm a quarterback. I'm a quarterback, and that's what I will do." And the last time we saw him quarterback was 2011. So, that being said, he visits the Jacksonville Jaguars and talks to Urban Meyer about playing tight end, the one position they told him to play in the first place.
And how ironic is it?
This reminds me of a Thanos line. Yeah, I know that line. I don't, for obvious reasons.
I am inevitable.
Where did that lead you? Right back to me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you couldn't live with your own failure. And where did it lead you? Right back to me. Thanos be having the bombest lines. That's why I wish that people would have watched it so you could have got there and see how that shit came about.
Yeah, well, and we'll never know. So there's a lesson in this.
How ironic.
I hope you all start watching the product more. Maybe
ironic.
Tebow's gonna get cracked though.
How ironic that Tebow has decided to come play tight end for his college coach.
Quite is the answer. Nonetheless, he's playing in an era where there's virtually nobody that was in the league when he was in the league. These are a bunch of people that care less. No, I mean on defense.
Out of here.
On defense, Juan. On defense.
Why do you want to piss people off today? Why?
No. Don't worry. We're going to get to that in a minute. We'll get to that on the third pin count. Don't worry. I promised I was going to rip on Juan. I'm going to rip on Juan.
I've done nothing here.
But be a Boston sports fan.
Yeah, that's the worst thing you can ever do.
How? We are title town.
We will get there.
Y'all are just haters.
You're a fan of racism.
You're a racist as fuck. And that's why. Hey. And that's why Babe Ruth left. Because y'all racist.
Hey, that's exactly why Babe Ruth left. Actually.
And he proceeded to whoop your ass for 40 years.
I need you to know that the Red Sox-Yankees rivalry began because the Red Sox were calling Babe Ruth a nigger.
Yeah.
And you're okay with that?
We established this in Babe Ruth.
That was before my time, so it doesn't count.
I hate this motherfucker. He said it doesn't count.
He said it doesn't count. I hate this.
But you celebrate Ty Cobb.
Yes, I
do. Who's the reason why the better hitter left?
Ty Cobb wouldn't dare sleep in a cabin with the N-word. And that N-word was Babe Ruth, Juan. Yeah, all right?
I saw that episode. I watched.
I watched.
Yeah. That was a great episode. I learned something new. I was like, oh, snap. I was like, wow. And then you saw the guy in the hair with the back. Like, what the? That joke was beautiful. But yeah, Ty Cobb, he's the man.
We got off tangent.
So yeah, we did.
So it's like Tim Tebow playing tight end in this era. He's essentially Golden Corral. He's food. He is food. All right. Because there's no mercy that's going to be shown from the practice squad, let alone in the preseason game.
Damn, they said Tebow, all you can eat buffet.
Listen, they want to send Tim Tebow across that middle during training camp, nigga, of that deep post. And that strong safety going to light his ass up. And he going to be like, maybe I'm having second thoughts about this.
I would love to see Carl Joseph, like, fuck him up.
The only time,
Steven Adams.
The only time Tim Tebow has taken hits.
You mean Jamal Adams?
Yeah, you know.
Was when he was already on the ground pounding the ball. All right. That's the only time Tim Tebow's ever taken hits. But you give him a chance to reach for a fucking catch and leave
This is slow. Yeah, his ribs. He gonna die. He gonna die. He gonna die.
Golden Corral.
I need Perfect back in the league.
City Light.
I need Perfect back in the league to take out Tebow. Vontez will, man.
Chill.
I would love to see.
Y'all know it will happen if Vontez was playing on the field.
I would love to see a Sean Taylor hit Tim Tebow. I would love to see a Sean Taylor hit Tim Tebow.
Look at this right now. I want to look at this later.
Wow.
Change the channel before I stick to it. All right. Cool.
And also, I'm very upset that it did. I'm also very upset that Tim Tebow can come back and get a job with no problem, but Colin Kaepernick can't.
Okay, so a couple of things.
Not to make it, you know what I'm saying?
Very short anything, but no. We're gonna break this down actually, because I agree with you. However, there are a couple of things that people will try to use to move the goalposts. Now, Tim Tebow is coming back as a tight end. Colin Kaepernick wanted to come back as a starting quarterback, at which Colin Kaepernick was actually good as a starting quarterback. Tim Tebow wasn't, and that's where the problem lies, right? Because you have a quarterback that led a team to the Super Bowl, and you want to only give him a backup position. And that feels like a bit of a slap in the face, especially after you blackballed him for standing up for something that is completely right and justifiable, but people painted it as another way because racism. Let's call it for what it is. There's no more excuses to it anymore. You're a racist. That's it. All right. No more justifications. No more excuses. This whole ordeal was to bring attention to police brutality in America.
Right.
It's most particularly to Black people, and y'all made it about the flag. Why? Because y'all love that flag so damn much. When, ironically enough, y'all illegally use the flag every 4th of fucking July. Y'all should be in jail for real. Let's talk about that. But we don't want to, do we?
No, they do not.
Shut the hell up about that. All right. Now, as far as Colin Kaepernick goes, I think he should be in the NFL still. Yep. However, he isn't. It is what it is at this point because Colin Kaepernick is like 34 now too. So
and still better than most starting quarterbacks in the league today.
Easily. But they're not gonna, they're not even gonna bother trying to fathom that. You know what I'm saying? Like this motherfucker much better than goddamn
Nick Foles.
Nick Foles, Josh Allen. Like the list goes on. Like we're talking about half the.
You mean Keenan Allen, not Josh Allen?
Josh Allen.
We talking about Kaepernick
for the Bills.
Think Kaepernick is better than Josh Allen, passing wise?
Yeah, that is correct.
I don't know about that one.
Lie to me. I double dog dare you.
Like,
you gonna prove it?
Running wise, yeah, but I don't know. Josh Allen is a little.
I think Josh Allen has a better arm.
Yeah, better arm.
Josh Allen has a better arm, but
a little bit more accurate.
Arm and overthrowing everybody. You tell me. Yes. We learned this lesson with Cam Newton.
Well,
Come
Cam,
on, man. Y'all need to keep up.
We know Cam overthrows people.
Y'all niggas need to keep up.
I mean,
Josh Allen doesn't really overthrow that many people.
He's just starting to get his shit together.
Listen,
but he's the same case as Cam Newton, overthrowing wide receivers. Luckily, he got Stephon Diggs to get under the shit. He's so lucky he got Stephon Diggs.
Listen, I was poo-pooing on Josh Allen from the get-go. So I just seen improvement from him. So I'm gonna give him some time to see what he can do.
My thing is, you can go back and look at the season Colin Kaepernick led the 49ers to a Super Bowl, and he was connection fucked up.
Yeah, I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah. The connection definitely fucked up.
Yeah, allow me to repeat that again. That's another thing about motherfuckers that only look at stats. They're not watching the games.
That's why I be telling people, you gotta look at the game. You gotta pay attention.
Watch the fucking games, because the games will tell you more than the stats will tell you. Because a lot of stats are flukes, if we're being honest.
Thank you. Like Tom Brady throwing 3 interceptions in the game that was tipped by the receivers. That wasn't Brady's fault. That wasn't Brady's fault. We should have went to the Super. I'll be quiet.
Thank you. Anyway, if we're picking young Kaepernick, young Josh Allen, I'm taking Kaepernick.
Yeah.
Easily. Hands down. But a Kaepernick that hasn't been in the league in a few years, I wouldn't. It's risky business at this point.
I probably still would take him as a bridge quarterback.
I'll do that too.
I would still take Kaepernick as a bridge quarterback right now.
As a bridge quarterback? Yeah. Because, again, Mitch Trubisky ain't an answer. Nick Foles ain't an answer. Goddamn, Derek Carr ain't an answer.
Matt Ryan's not the answer.
Jared Goff ain't really that much of an answer. Goddamn, who else? I'm trying to run through the middle.
Matt Ryan.
Oh, Matt Ryan's never been the answer. And we'll get to that when we get to our OMR segment. Crush you fucking me. Because our OMR segment is exactly who the fuck I wanted over Matt Ryan. And yet we got Matt Ryan. And that's why I'm not a Falcon. Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew still in the NFL?
Yeah. Yep. He just lost a spot to Trevor Lawrence.
How? How is he still in the NFL?
Because NFL people are stupid.
Kaepernick's better than Mason Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph. Jesus Christ. Is he even starting? Oh man.
No, he's coming off the bench behind Big Ben, who's
Ben Roethlisberger retired. Well over the road at this point.
Daniel Jones.
Yes.
Oh my God. That's the best example we've come up with so far.
Fucking Daniel Jones.
They fucking worse. So yeah.
Dwayne Haskins. Jesus Christ.
That's the point right there. Like that's
something about Ohio State quarterbacks, man.
I wouldn't say that it was Dwayne Haskins' fault. He's a good quarterback. He was just in a bad system, and he wanted to get out of Washington. You could tell.
Wrong, because Taylor Heineke almost beat Tom Brady in the playoffs.
What?
Taylor Heineke almost beat Tom Brady in the playoffs.
You let that sink in. While you let that sink in, I'll say this.
He wanted to play. They're going.
I'll play Tom Brady.
I'm just letting you know what happened.
Nigga
must probably was a better fit than what Dagon Haskins was. Haskins probably didn't like the scheme there and like, oh, this is not how I like to play.
Haskins wanted to go watch strippers and eat chicken wings.
He didn't want to be in Washington. He was doing things to get kicked out of Washington. And it worked.
Listen, Juan, listen. I have an idea of why you're backing Dwayne Haskins, and you sound like my dad. And I'm gonna tell him this. I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told my dad. Just because he's a black quarterback, don't always mean that he's good.
Okay? I didn't say that.
With that being said, Dwayne Haskins was fucking trash.
Dwayne Haskins Dwayne
Haskins was barely good at Ohio State, and not only that, he had a shitty personality.
He did good at Ohio State. He did good at Ohio State.
You are biased.
He had a team around.
I'm not being biased. I'm really not being biased.
It's time for you to admit that he had a team around him. That's why he was so good in Ohio State. He's no Justin Fields, though.
Yeah,
that's
thank
true.
You. Thank you.
He is no Justin Fields.
Yeah, he's never. He's
better than Dwayne Haskins.
I love you, Justin. No homo.
So
he should have been. He should have been New England.
Anyway, Carlos, allow me to do the honors. Number 3.
New England don't deserve shit anymore. They don't deserve nice things. They shouldn't have deserved it in the first.
We better win another championship. I don't know what the heck you talking about.
Shut up. Number 3. Thanks.
So is the off season in Rwanda or like what's going on here? Because
Rwanda forever.
J. Cole just dropped a new album, the off season.
Fire.
It goes crazy overall. And he's running a basketball league in Rwanda.
And he graced the cover of Slam magazine.
Right. In which, all right, here's the thing, right? You know how we just cracked on Tim Tebow for being 33, trying to play tight end? J. Cole is 36, trying to still play basketball.
I mean, he's still good, though. He's still good, though. I saw his,
he's still good?
Like, gym runs with NBA players, and he was balling.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, J. Cole can ball.
It just seems very fascinating when you were a walk-on at St. John's, and you essentially put those dreams on hold until you're 36. Like,
want to be crazy if J. Cole goes off in his African league, and
if he goes off in his African league, hey, more power to him.
If he goes off and did get a contract to the NBA,
yeah, I'll laugh.
I mean, he won't be the first rapper to ever be in the NBA.
Yeah, P Diddy.
Master P.
Oh no, I said P Diddy, Master P. My bad.
And plus, J. Cole's already in the league. He plays for the Sixers. His name's Tobias Harris.
Nigga, shut up. So
Tobias Harris looks just like J. Cole.
No, he don't, man.
Yes, he do.
Tobias Harris looks like a goofy looking motherfucker named Tobias Harris. All right.
He looked like J. Cole.
I swear.
Nothing like him. Nothing like him.
Yes, he does.
Your ass, Kenny.
He looks like J. Cole.
All right.
Minus the dreads.
A little bit, I guess.
Okay, touche.
Thank you.
Fair point. Very fair point. God damn, that motherfucker do look kind of like. He look like. Oh my God! There's a picture of him and J. Cole together.
Side by side, yeah. I just looked at that.
Hey, go to fucking head. This is hilarious. He looks like J. Cole's evil twin, nigga.
100 mil and I'm still.
All right.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I see him in the list. All right. J. Cole's play ball. One door not to play the NBA and finally destroy his evil twin brother.
Oh shit.
Why I say motherfucking Reggie Jackson from the Thunder look like Bobby Shmurda?
Oh nigga.
Oh man. Oh, this is awesome.
Got a couple buckets about a week ago.
Oh man. This is such good shit.
I don't know.
Like, I just don't understand, you know. But if he's still like that damn good, then hey, you know, it's just a dream being followed, and I respect the hell out of it. But I hope you are not rapping about your experiences in Rwanda because that may be problematic at some point. Or not being in Rwanda and living the culture, but the toxicity, you know.
He gonna have a mixtape called Ballin' in Hotel Rwanda.
Yeah, I'll give you that because I don't have anything funnier to say about it. So
yeah, I can't think of nothing else either. No,
I can't think of anything.
They all can't be winners, ladies and gentlemen. They all can't be winners.
They all can be gems, but you know, some are still acceptable. So there's that. However, while we're on the subject of basketball, is Udonis Haslem our generation's Charles Oakley? I ask that because Udonis Haslem debuted for the season the other night, and it immediately ended in less than 3 minutes. Why? because he was lobbying for fades. Yeah, that's Udonis Haslem, all right. Always lobbying for fades.
I don't understand why he's still playing.
Because he's a goddamn Florida product, and Florida products are amazing. Joakim Noah should still be in the league.
Oh my god.
Corey Brewer should still be in the league. Corey Brewer had a fucking triple-double one time. Or like a 50-point game. That should have happened.
If Joakim Noah should still be in the league, Big Baby Davis should still be in the league.
Big Baby Davis is in the big three.
Exactly. So
you said what?
We might see Joakim Noah in
Big
the
Baby
three
Davis playing in the big three league.
Exactly, but he's still playing in the league though. Where's Joakim at?
I think he won a championship in the big three too.
See, Big Baby got a title.
He got 2.
Joakim
got a big three title?
Celtics.
He's a big three champion?
I think so. If I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Damn, Joakim gotta catch up.
Let me make sure, just in case I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure he is.
While we wait on that, let's look at the play-in tournament. So, for those wondering how the play-in tournament works, because
yes, he is a champion in the big three.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, a lot of people don't 100% understand the concept of this play-in tournament, which is completely reasonable because I vaguely got a grasp on it. So, basically, what is starting on Tuesday and ending on Friday will be the play-in tournament. Now, the team in the conference with the 7th highest winning percentage in each conference will host one game against the team with the 8th highest winning percentage, with the winner in each conference earning the number 7 seed. So the number 7 seed is on the line with a game between the 7th and 8th seed or 7th seed. So 7th seed got to play to keep their seed, right? Mm-hmm. In another game, the team with the 9th seed in each conference will host the team with the 10th seed, while the loser of that game will be eliminated from postseason contention. The winner of the 9 and 10 game, so let's say 10 won, 10 will have to play the loser of number 7 and 8.
Yeah.
If 8 won, 8 is now number 7, and now number 10 and number 7 are playing for 8.
Yep.
That's what's happening here. The winner of that last game between the 7 to 8 loser and the 9-10 winner in each conference will earn the number 8 seed. So, with that being said, here's what our play-in tree looks like. As of Friday evening, 3 teams in the Eastern Conference, the Boston Celtics, the Charlotte Hornets, and the Pacers, are locked into the play-in tournament field. I have no fucking clue how the Boston Celtics made it. However, here we are, in which I hope they don't last long. So
we're not gonna last long because Jaylen Brown is out, and I'm surprised we made the play-in tournament too, because all the stuff that was going on. We could have had an easily a way better season. We could have been top 3 in our conference, but due to COVID and injuries and everybody doing their daggone load management, it wasn't going to happen. So, this is where we are. So, I know we're going to get eliminated by the Hornets because the Hornets been kicking our ass all fucking season. Even when they almost pull up, I think almost 50 on us, we almost lost them by 50 points or something like that. LaMelo Ball's going to have a fucking game. He's going to have probably 20 assists, triple-double possibly, looking like Russell Westbrook. Someone's going to get dunked on by who's that? Miles Bridges. We're going to lose. But yeah, Kenny don't want that to happen, though, because if that happens, we'll play the Sixers, and then we're going to sweep the Sixers like we always do in the playoffs. I'm done.
Y'all ain't sweeping shit but the motherfucking floor.
All right, because I lost connection. I didn't hear half of what you said. All I need to see was Kenny lifting the arms up and moving the goalpost. That's enough for me. So that's evidence enough for me that you weren't saying much. So
I was saying plenty that made perfect sense.
I'm absolutely shocked that Boston still has black players. I'm shocked that black players even would want to play for Boston as early as Bill Russell. So why? Because Boston is racist. Boston does not like black people or people of color, and it is reputable that they don't like people of color. As a matter of fact,
did you get
Boston
these?
Red Sox baseball games are the worst baseball games to go to.
How?
Undisputedly.
No.
How? The random N-word slurs being hurled around freely across that fucking stadium.
That happened one time.
MLB players have said that many a time. Recently. As recent as Mookie fucking Betts, if I'm not mistaken.
I remember.
So yeah. That wasn't a long time ago.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And no, I'm not bringing up old shit.
But that's the only one time I remember hearing.
I'll tell you what.
Like that. We're not the only city that does that. I'm saying we're like I live in Boston. I don't live in Boston. I'm not Bostonian. Yeah.
Who the Red Sox play recently? You know?
Was it the Twins? Hold on, let me make sure. I think it was
give me that last home game.
Either Twins or the Athletics.
Was it at home?
I don't believe so. Let me see. Double check.
They racist as fuck.
No, we played the Angels of Anaheim.
Oh, y'all play Anaheim?
Yeah.
At home next?
Yeah.
Kenny, over and under 600 N-words. Shout it. My game is in.
Over.
Well over. Well the fuck over. Because how many black people play for the Angels?
None.
Oh, shit. We might not hear an N-word then.
Well, I don't know that, but
you don't fucking figure.
Somebody black.
Hey, somebody gotta be black. Okay, Tyler Ward, he's white. The only person I can see them being racist to is Shohei Ohtani.
Oh yeah, Listen,
racist. Don't matter.
Listen, their thing is this: they can't kick us all out of the fucking stadium.
And Kurt Suzuki.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, they got Justin Upton. They got Justin Upton there.
Oh
shit. Yeah. Oh yeah, Justin Upton will catch that. Yeah. You won't even be able to. Don't swing at the ball, nigga. Oh my god! What walk-up music? You're not gonna hear that. His walk-up music is N-word over and over and over. You understand me? And don't get me started on Suzuki. You don't want to hear what they're going to call him.
Jesus Christ.
Exactly. Boston's racist as fuck, bro. Like, Boston is the worst place you could possibly play. Period.
I've been trying to tell this nigga, man.
I wouldn't say all that.
Boston.
Well, I would. I most certainly would. And honestly, I at this point, I have evidence to back it up.
I would take the.
There's plenty of places that's
Let me
racist.
say this. Let me say this.
And experience alike.
Let me say this.
I have observations.
I will take the word over NBA Hall of Famer and 13-time, I think, champion Bill Russell over you, Juan.
That was a different time. He was playing doing
the shit
that
ain't
era.
Changed. He still get it now.
Look at Toy Wilson.
Changed, though. That's what we're trying to get across here.
Look at Toy Wilson. Toy Wilson.
You can now if you want.
On Instagram. But nah, that's a whole different era. I mean, like I said, it's worse cities that's way more racist than Boston. Way more.
Name one.
Utah.
Touche. He's got a point there.
Okay, that's fine. Name another one.
Let's see here.
Very well played, motherfucker.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Name with Milwaukee, but you have a point. I'll give you that one. At least they're not hurling N-words. They're just segregated. Like, that's just their get down.
No, they saying the N-words.
And I only gave you Utah because they poisoned Michael Jordan.
Well,
you forgot what they did to Westbrook?
Nigga, y'all are thinking small here. Vernon Maxwell has an entire rivalry with the state of Utah, nigga. Ever since the early 90s, Vernon Maxwell's hated Utah. And Utah's hated him right back. As a matter of fact, Vernon Maxwell's pinned tweet is, hey, I want to apologize to Utah fans. If I knew you guys had internet, I wouldn't have said anything like that about y'all.
And I think I've come up with one city that's probably more racist than Boston also.
You said who?
I think Indianapolis.
Really?
Oh, yeah, Indiana? Shit.
Yeah, Indiana.
He was born in Indiana.
You said who?
My mom.
Oh.
It's crazy.
Sorry to hear
what the
that.
fuck are you doing? Let me throw you off a little more. She grew up in Tennessee. Her formative years were spent in Bristol with my great-grandparents.
Oh.
And, like, you know, in her teens, she moved to D.C. with my grandmother.
Sorry to hear that.
I mean, I'm not. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, I'm talking about the Tennessee part.
Nah, apparently my great-grandfather was a G. So, yeah, were times rough? Sure, because of the time. But when Pearlie had that thing on him, you know, wasn't that big of a deal.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? As long as Pearlie had that motherfucking thing on him, everything was all right. That's the way my mom interpreted it. Like, all right, cool. That's what's up. Well, I wish I was able to meet my great-grandparents. They seem dope. Well, I met my dad's grandmother. Like, my dad's grandmother thought I was my cousin Garrett towards the end of her life because of dementia. I look nothing like my cousin Garrett. One of these days, we're going to bring Garrett on the show.
All right.
Just to prove it.
All right.
However, we got well off subject. So the Western Conference, well, actually, we had, So Celtics, Hornets, and Pacers. The Wizards are also currently in the play-in tournament field, but could drop out if they lose their remaining 2 games, and the Bulls win their remaining 2. Seeding among the 3 teams in the field, however, will likely change in the final days of the regular season. In the Western Conference, we have the Warriors, Grizzlies, and Spurs who are locked in, and
Uh-oh.
He'll be back.
Remaining 2 games, and the Blazers lose their regular season finale to the Nuggets, LA will be in the 6th seed, completely avoiding the play-in, while Portland will drop this at number 7 and have to deal with that shit. Los Angeles loses one of his final 2 games. Portland defeats Denver. The Lakers still have to deal with being the 7th seed, and LeBron is furious.
Yes.
So that being said, we all know about LeBron criticizing the playing format. Well, that's because
he
probably playing format. That's fine. That's all. You don't complain about, you know, your coworker getting the day off when you also have the day off. Like, you just don't. Yeah. So that's the reason why he's complaining about the playing, because he's in it. Yeah.
Pretty much.
But I think
drama queen.
I think that it's a good idea. I personally like, you know, playing games. They make tournaments much more exciting.
Yeah, when they started it last year, it was pretty interesting. Then I saw the development. Yeah, it was the thing last year for the bubble.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's when the Suns was going off in the bubble, and I saw the progression. I was like, okay, they're a piece away, and then they got Chris Paul, and now look at them.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's add insult to injury here. James himself has also expressed varying sentiments about a possible format change. Ahead of the NBA bubble last summer, James floated the idea of the final playoff spot in the Western Conference being decided through a short series.
Yeah, hypocrite.
Yeah, he thought he didn't have to do it.
Yeah.
Well. And we all know how old Los feels about hypocrisy. He hates it. So, that being said, that's what your ass get. And you're going to have to run through this playing game and win the finals that way. And we all know how that's going to pan out. The Lakers are going to win the finals, guys. It is what it is. It's just going to be a long game.
I don't think they're going to win the finals this year.
You don't think so?
No.
They're too banged up?
Yeah,
nah. I don't buy it. So
LeBron just ain't go back together.
They have a tougher schedule to deal with.
They have LeBron and Anthony Davis. That's all I need.
And then if they get to the finals, who they go face in the finals? Brooklyn?
No.
They don't want to see Brooklyn.
Who they beat. In other words, all right, I need y'all to understand this, right? There's nobody in the NBA that's fucking with the duo that is LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Bottom line. All right, let's start there.
They gotta get there first.
Yeah, they gotta get there.
Second of all, you talk about Brooklyn. This is a team that can score enormously, but anybody they face can also score enormously if they can score. Anybody, because Brooklyn's a team that doesn't play defense.
They play defense.
Lie to me again, Kenny. I mean, Juan.
Damn.
I'm not lying. They
say shit.
They got good defense.
At the end of the sentence, Kenny.
The game, all the Brooklyn games that I've seen this year, they played respectable defense.
That's what I've watched. I've watched shootouts against Brooklyn.
Yeah, that too. Because nobody could defend them.
I just love how y'all just discrediting my Sixers. That's cool.
I was gonna get there, Kenny, you son of a bitch, but possibly the Sixers. Hey, but I don't see Embiid keeping up with AD and
Nah. You thinking too deep into it, Juan. What is the rhythm Philly rides to every fucking season, Kenny?
Doc Rivers. It's different.
He's going to keep saying that.
Doc Rivers.
It's not the answer. He knows it.
They get to the second round and they get a fluke shot by Kawhi Leonard.
So they get kicked out of the second round. That's the rhythm they ride to. So that's why we're not talking about Philly, right? Now.
Okay, Doc Rivers is here.
That was a threat.
This is our first.
This is a bit of a threat.
As
far as playing. You said what?
This is our first season with Doc Rivers. And we the number one seed.
Well, let me ask you this: what did Doc Rivers do in Los Angeles?
Number one seed.
He was dealing with a racist ass owner, and when he finally got rid of him,
after the owner left,
he had Kawhi and Paul George, two niggas that don't know how to finish.
What was Doc doing in Orlando?
Actually, you kind of hypocrite. Like you just contradicted yourself because you said Kawhi hit the shot on you, then you just said he can't finish. But honestly,
that was a lucky ass shot.
It's been proven that he can finish games. Hey, he's a champion.
It's San Antonio and fucking
Toronto.
And that fluke ass title just should happen the next year.
He's a champion.
Shit.
I don't blame
a fluke ass fucking. It took 3 bounces to get in the fucking hit.
I don't blame last year on Kawhi. I blame it more on Paul George because he didn't really show up. But the game 7, it was both of them. Both of them was just off.
A lucky ass bounce got him a ring. Fuck out of here! I don't want to hear that shit.
Everybody knew y'all wasn't winning.
All right, so
bitch, we were winning the game. What are you talking about? If he hit that lucky ass shot, we would have won. Juan, kick his ass out.
No. Because
it is shit.
If I'm not mistaken, from the look of things, Doc Rivers is riding on 2008 to this day. Let's keep it funky, guys. because he's only won one championship. Prior to him being in Boston, this motherfucker had had an opportunity to get Tim Duncan, who was and Tracy McGrady and a washed up Grant Hill was already on that team. All right, fair enough. Right. However, they also had fucking Dwight Howard too, who was a monster in Orlando. Shit elsewhere, but a monster in Orlando.
I don't even remember him in Orlando. And then they go to the finals.
Dwight Howard is the best form in Orlando. And you can't tell me any
Didn't they go to the finals?
Yeah, and lost to the Lakers.
Kobe? Fuck out of here.
No. Hold on. Rivers began his coaching career with the Orlando Magic in 1999, where he coached for more than 4 NBA seasons. He won Coach of the Year in 2000. After his first year, despite having been picked to finish last in that year's standings, Rivers led the Magic close to a playoff berth. That's the free agency part. He made the postseason in his next 3 years as coach, but was fired in 2003 after a 1-10 start to the season.
Oh, nigga, he ain't even had time to really develop as a fucking coach. Get out of here.
Oh?
We're really gonna count. We're really gonna count early Orlando. Fuck out of here. I'm disappointed in you, Carlos.
Shut up. 2004 to 2013, he was in Boston, right? So in those years, he has one championship first and foremost, right? Coach was coach for the All-Star game in 08. Led them to the 2010 finals. They lost in 7.
Shouldn't have.
Like I said, Doc Rivers is riding off his years in Boston.
He had washed ass players other than Rondo.
But he won a championship in Boston. And everyone remembers the championship in Boston
before they got washed
in the league.
Boston was never washed.
I'm not gonna say Doc Rivers is a terrible coach because Doc Rivers can lead you to a playoffs. That's as far as he's going.
He's a great coach.
He can lead you to a playoffs, but you're going to run out of gas.
Not this time.
And Philly is a team that is known constantly running out of gas in the playoffs.
Not this time.
Y'all never prove yourselves in the playoffs.
And B got that killer look in his eye. I ain't never seen him look like that.
The only thing he could kill is a McDonald's hamburger, Kenny.
He ain't eating McDonald's no more, bitch.
Nigga, fuck your optimism. I'm thinking realistically. All right. And
I am too.
But Kenny, get ready though, because if y'all do get eliminated,
you're not gonna hear the end.
Done.
All right, get ready.
Ben Simmons, he's gonna be gone.
Oh, that ain't falling apart at the end of the season. Nothing goes about.
Y'all's gonna start completely over. So either Joel's gonna leave. Either Joel's gonna leave or Ben Simmons gonna leave, or they both might leave, and they just go start over.
They not
because trust the process.
It's been 8 years. Kidding, they've been talking about
that process
for like the last 3
years. Old. The process hasn't progressed.
They've been talking about
the process is progressing now. We got the number 1 seed. We just locked the number 1 seed up for the first time in 20 years. Fuck are you talking about?
But y'all always been a top seed, though.
What the fuck are you gonna do with it?
We're gonna fucking win. We're going. What the fuck are you talking about?
We caught the first playoff berth since 2017, and we're gonna go shit the bed. That's just the reality of it all. All right?
We're not you. We're not Atlanta. Fuck out of here. We're not Atlanta.
Yes, you are.
We've been good forever. We're not even close.
You most certainly are Atlanta.
No, the fuck we aren't.
You don't want to realize that shit because y'all have strong players and shit. But y'all are Atlanta.
We are not Atlanta.
Of the Atlantic coast.
We are not Atlanta.
I don't know what to tell you.
We are not Atlanta, sir. We are not. Don't nod your head and agree. We are not fucking Atlanta.
But y'all ain't going to those goddamn finals. That's for true. Lie to me and say you are.
That's true. Y'all not going to the finals.
That's optimism.
Y'all not going to the finals. He knows it. He just don't want to admit it.
And if we're being real about things,
the
Lakers are going back to the finals, whether anyone here likes it or not. And if that doesn't happen, I'll just make freeze over. All right. So,
whoever's
representing the East is being sent to slaughter.
When we go to the finals and we win that shit, I want both of you on this fucking program admitting you were wrong.
I'm not afraid to do that.
Because what you fail to forget is I'm a fucking Jedi. I'm trusting the fucking Force. We're winning that shit. And when I trust
the Force is weak in this one.
When I log into the Force, I'm not wrong. Check my track record when I log into the Force. I'm not wrong.
The Force is weak in this one.
Juan, y'all be like, you better pray y'all win the playoff game. Don't fucking.
We're not gonna win playoff berth. I already said that. We're going to lose.
If you're not allowed to be in this conversation, don't talk to me.
Like, okay. Kenny, I can talk all the trash. Kenny, I can talk all the trash I want to you, sir. Kenny, I can talk all the. I can talk all the trash I want to you. I'm talking about him. Kenny, I can talk all the trash I want to you. When was the last time the daggone? What's your team? The Sixers beat the Celtics in the daggone playoffs.
It don't matter.
When was the last time?
It don't matter.
When was the last time the Celtics swept y'all?
Let's talk about this year.
When
did y'all beat us this year? Huh? What? Did y'all beat us at all this year? No. Shut the fuck up.
Nigga, injuries and COVID. Injuries and COVID, nigga. Y'all played our bench, who are mostly rookies, and you gonna accept the fact
we played a game with 7 motherfucking people, but y'all can't play? Shut the fuck up.
Tatum was out. Marcus Smart was out.
We played a game with 7 people
Walker was
and
out.
almost won it. Shut up.
All we had was Jalen Brown at the time. Everybody else was rookies, pretty much.
Shut up.
Like, come on, Kenny.
Shut up. Y'all got swept. I don't want to hear that shit.
That's fine. Y'all gonna get swept in the daggone playoffs, fool.
By who? Not y'all, because y'all not gonna be there.
You never know, motherfucker.
Fuck out of here.
You never fucking know.
Hold on, though. Don't get it twisted, though. Don't get it twisted. Philly ain't gonna get swept. Like, we talk cash shit about Philly. Philly's not gonna get swept. They're just gonna lose the series.
Never know.
We're not getting swept. And we're not losing the series.
That's all that's gonna happen. And the thing is, they probably fuck around losing 7. Like, here's my thing. Philly's good, but they're not over the hump yet.
They're good, but they're not good in the playoffs.
We haven't had this team in the playoffs.
They're not over the hump yet. And you know, it is what it is because here's the thing, right? And I need y'all to understand this.
Certain organizations Kenny, y'all are the new version of the Orlando City Thunder.
No.
Yes.
No,
because they had Durant, Westbrook, and Harden.
Good players.
That was a hell of a team, bro.
And y'all got Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, and Tobias Harris.
Listen to the 3 names you just said compared to Durant, Harden, and Westbrook.
Compared to them back then, they were still youngins. They were still coming up. Nobody really knew what they was about for real.
Durant is arguably the 2nd best player in the league.
Now, back then, no, he wasn't.
Back then, he was too.
No, he wasn't.
Very hot team.
No, he was not.
Kevin Durant is slightly better than LeBron.
Now, yeah.
Nah, I mean, in general.
No, overall, yes.
And it's not the reason that's the day. Honestly, man, Kevin Durant,
I think Durant is a better shooter.
It will make him essentially like better player than LeBron.
But he's not a better overall. He's not a better overall player.
I personally think so.
It was never a time we were calling Durant the best player in the world.
Didn't he win MVP?
Other than that 1 year in Golden State when he had to leave and join Golden State to get a title.
Well, Kevin Durant is an MVP winner, so we have called him the best player in the league before.
And so is LeBron.
Yeah. And that's why we're comparing the two right
now. LeBron ain't won an MVP in like 5 years, and we still call him the best player in the league.
Well, because we got tired of giving it to him every single year. However, that doesn't negate the fact that he's hands down one of the best players in the league today. That's undisputed, or at least it should be. I'm not even trying to fight it anymore. Well, I only fight it when it's against Jordan for obvious reasons. But as far as today goes, That motherfucker's the best player in the league at age 36. Hands down, man down. However, Kevin Durant possessed some qualities that makes him a larger asset to me.
Let's move on because it's pushing 11.
All right, fine. So, with that being said, this year's Hall of Fame inductees, I want to talk about that real quick because Kobe did not have to wait very long, as he shouldn't have. And Ben Wallace is the first ever undrafted to become a Hall.
That is really dope.
That is so fucking cool to me. Like, you have no idea how cool I think that is, because like he is the ultimate form of starting from nothing and having it all.
Correct. I agree.
I think that's cool. Now, there are other inductees.
Taco Fall got dunked on.
Well.
By
Tim
some
Duncan got inducted, in which long time coming.
Well, but who won, Kenny? Who won the game? Oh, okay.
I don't care. He got dunked on.
Okay.
Kevin Garnett getting inducted. Paul Pierce.
As they should.
Paul Pierce got inducted this year?
Duh.
No, he wasn't in a.
All right.
Yes,
Wait.
Garnett was saying he wanted to see him next year.
So, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, and Kobe embody class of 2020. Kobe fucked everything up, right?
Tamika Catching.
So, the 2020 class consists of the late, great Kobe Bryant, Tamika Catchings, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Kim Mulkey, coach for Baylor, Barbara Stevens, Division II coach for Bentley, Eddie Sutton, posthumously, Rudy Tomjanovich, Patrick Bowman, and that's your 2020, right? This year's inductees.
Oh shit, that's right. It was 2 classes because of COVID.
Yeah.
Okay.
This year's inductees, and these are the finalists that I can come up with because for some odd reason they're not bringing up 2021. Oh, there it is. All right, cool. So we have Rick Adelman, coach, Chris Bosh, Michael Cooper, the master of the killer crossover, Tim Hardaway, Marcus Johnson, Paul Pierce, Bill Russell as a coach, which I think he may be the first
2-time Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he might be the first 2-time Hall of Famer. I need to double check that. Ben Wallace, Chris Webber, Jay Wright. Those are the men, all right?
Yeah.
Women's, Letta Andrews. She was a coach. Yolanda Griffith, Lauren Jackson, and Marianne Stanley. She was a coach. And then you have like your contributors or whatever. Nobody really cares about that. So there's that. Now that being said, I like both of those classes because
minus Paul Pierce.
Listen, I don't know when exactly Chris Bosh formally retired.
I don't know exactly when he retired either, but
he retired pretty much
because if you recall
his injury. because he knew he couldn't.
Yeah,
play.
blood clot.
No. He didn't effectively retire. He just said he was out indefinitely, right?
No, like later that season, I believe that he announced his retirement.
He announced it. Oh, I ain't hear that. I've never heard the news of him retiring. I just heard of him being, out because of the blood clot. But hey, I'm glad he's in the Hall of Fame too, because Chris Bosh was at work.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to those inductees. Like, that's for true. However, with that being said, that was pin count. Now, we started reviewing Brian Pillman's Dark Side of the Ring because it was the newest episode. But
in the middle,
literally as we were watching it to review it, we got word that New Jack passed away at 58. So in his memory, we said, fuck this, we'll do Pillman, some other time, probably next week even. But, it's imperative that we do, review of New Jack.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I can find the motherfucker. There we go. All right. So to bring everybody up to speed of who New Jack was. New Jack was a professional wrestler. But we didn't exactly know who he was because he didn't make it to the WWE. He was in Smoky Mountain Wrestling, which was like Jim Cornette's promotion back in the 80s. And he was in ECW. And that's where he like maxed out as far as, fame goes. Now, he specialized as being a hardcore wrestler. So any type of weaponry, deathmatch type of feel, anything that causes bloodshed, that's within New Jack's wheelhouse. So with that in mind, let me give you the review of what I wrote down for notes as far as this documentary went. Now, in the beginning, he has a quote, and he said this, like his wrestling trainer told him this, and it fucked his head all the way up because it's some shit that he's never heard before, and it's some shit that he couldn't not fathom, but it's some shit that he couldn't, he would have never thought of it. And that quote was, "You got to create something you've never seen before." And he considered that shit a mind fuck because, what can I possibly create that I've never seen before? Well, we'll see. Now, he ends up being in a tag team with a dude named Mustafa called the Gangsters. Right?
Right.
Now, first of all, let's start off by saying that Mufasa a wild boy. Because listen, your man's was rolling up pencil shavings and fungi that he found on the side of the building and shit, and the blunts and smoking them shit or whatever. So yeah, a wild boy indeed, right? And then not only that, he didn't talk. He just made funny faces and sound. Yeah. Sandman was like, you see the interviews where he's doing that shit, right? He was doing that shit all day prior to that interview. I said, God damn, bro. However, New Jack was so real with his interview for this episode. He was absolutely straight up, honest, and at times remorseless, but occasionally remorseful. And so it made for a great story to be told. So there was one part where they were discussing about how the Gangsters, as the team was called, they would cut promos, and it'd be promos that would piss a lot of people off, to the point where they're getting hurled racial slurs and shit. But
kind of like in Boston.
The thing about being a heel is that, you know, that's kind of what you want, but it's not what you want as a human being. So it's conflicting. Right. However, he would say some wild shit like, you know, he talked about the OJ case. He's like, hey, I heard about my boy OJ Simpson. That's 2 more of them. Keep up the good work. I said, God damn. I said, yo. He said that there was one night where he went to the dentist earlier that day and his mouth was hurting. So he couldn't really talk. So he was like, Mustafa, let's hit Walmart real quick, right? They go buy a little like white doll and like rope to tie into a noose. These motherfuckers stepped out that night, tied the noose around the doll, and let that bitch hang in front of the entire crowd and not saying a word. All right. Now, you get to a point where they do discuss being constantly called an N-word during this promotion. The Smoky Mountain Wrestling is out in Georgia, and this is during the late 80s. So, yeah, they're about as racist as Boston at this point. So, if I may come back to video. Imagine racism being a form of heat, is what I wrote down as a note for this. Like, I couldn't possibly imagine it. I really couldn't. But at that time, that was the get down. Like, you knew you were getting heat when they were calling you the N-word. You knew for sure you were getting heat when they were calling you the N-word. Because that's like the ultimate form of disrespect to a black person, right? So on one side of the fence, you like, I'm doing my job excellent. Like, I'm doing a great job at what I'm doing. On the other side of that fence, you like, I can't get down with this because I can't necessarily react to what's being said to me. You know what I'm saying? So that eventually it caused New Jack to part ways with Smoky Mountain. However, during these interviews, there was one interview where they brought up a little taglines like, the views of the gangsters are not those of Smoky Mountain Wrestling. I was like, this nigga was wilding, boy. If they had to bring up that disclaimer, bro, you know he was saying some outlandish shit. And it was awesome. So I also want to add in the fact that we really don't give Paul Heyman his flowers enough.
No, we do not.
Like, that motherfucker's a genius, low key. Also, I don't know how he avoided jail time and or bankruptcy of any kind. Like, he owed so many people money. but it's all good now? I don't get it. Whatever. So New Jack actually talked about his upbringing and why he's so like, why he be snapping, why he be spazzing out, why he like, you know, such an impulsive asshole essentially, because he had a rough ass upbringing. Like, he brought up like how his dad just really didn't give a fuck, which just regularly beat his mom. Said that one day his mom came home from work and he just pulled up on her and stabbed her multiple times. Didn't give a fuck. Right in front of the family. Family because anyone gets hooked up either. Like, she's tried to take New Jack or whatever, and while she was like, you know, putting him in the car seat and shit, he witnessed his father shoot his mom in the leg. So you wonder why he's so fucked up in the head. There's your answer. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, trauma. The trauma will do it. Trauma will always do it to you. So, yeah, just hearing about all that, it made me truly happy that he's at peace now. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of this shit is bothering him anymore. So then we got to the mass transit incident. Oh, nigga. All right. Okay. Let me explain to the audience what the mass transit incident was, since we know what it is. All right. 17-year-old kid who was faking his age to be able to wrestle, you know, motherfuckers or whatever, right? So he claiming he's 21 when in reality he's 17. And his name's Mass Transit because he's a big motherfucker and his gimmick's a bus driver, right? Who? Well, he like volunteers to fight New Jack. Well, that's where he first fucked up.
Right.
Then, you know, when New Jack pretty much going to tell him how this shit going to go down or whatever, this motherfucker want to like ask if New Jack want to do this, that, and the third, just coming up with ideas and shit. I'm like, damn, this nigga just begging to get fucked up. Then we get to the point in the match where like he's supposed to like get color and shit, but he wasn't leaking. Like, first of all, it's supposed to be a razor. This motherfucker had an X-Acto knife. Let's start there. All right. So when he took out the X-Acto knife to cut this motherfucker, he did a little nit, nothing. Another little nit, nothing. So then he said, fuck it, slice that motherfucker, right? This motherfucker started spurting out blood. This was a bloodbath. So it led to a court case, obviously, in which New Jack ended up getting off of it. Why? Because the kid's father was like, you know, calling him all types of N-words and such backstage after the incident. And then not only that, that was basically the work. It was just a work went wrong. So he got away with that.
Did you talk about the little kid coming up to him, asking him to shake his hand?
No, I did not. Bring that up.
So it's a part in the documentary where he's leaving off, and the little kid's coming up to him like, hey, can I shake your hand? And New Jack's like, yeah, sure. And the little boy starts looking at his hand. He's like, why are you looking at his hand? And the boy is like, yeah, my dad told me if you touch a black person, that the black will rub off on you. In which New Jack goes, you little shit.
I hated that part, but I loved it all at the same time. I hated the part because of, you know, him having to experience that shit, but I loved it because of his reaction to it. Which is completely understandable if you ask me. So then, along with this Mass Transit motherfucker was this dude, Tiny the Terrible. Now,
he's weird as fuck.
Mass Transit pretty much left Tiny the Terrible out the drive when he got volunteered to fight New Jack. So Tiny the Terrible was pretty much like, well, fuck you then, right? So they delved into Tiny the Terrible a little deeper in a little confidential episode. His Ghetto Alternative Universe action figure collection tells me that he may or may not be a bad situation away from becoming a serial killer. Because listen, right? Your man's had a dog. Oh, fuck me.
This nigga had altered dolls in his room. One of them, which he put hair on the action figure. Where did the hair come from, you ask, Juan? His pubes.
Oh, I know about. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That nigga put his dick. He said, "My dick hairs." I'm like, "Yo, what? Excuse me?
What now?"
My dick hairs. I put my dick hairs on the action figure. I'm like, this nigga.
Yeah. Tiny. That was a weird little guy,
bro. This motherfucker was.
Then this man said, if any of you guys want to touch him, I'm like, no, we're good. We're good off that.
Hard pass. So I wrote down during the Sandman's interview, the Sandman is the fucking dude. You hear me?
That's that nigga.
Hey, yo, Sandman funny as shit, bro. Because when they brought up the Mass Transit incident, right? He was like they brought it up, and the fact that Mass Transit like tried to fucking change the match or whatever, it was like throwing ideas at New Jack and shit, and that shit was like pissing New Jack off. Nigga, that the interview focused back to Sandman, and Sandman laughing his ass off.
Oh, that's what pissed Jack off.
That's what pissed the Jack off. Which implies that he knew Jack was pissed. He didn't know at why. And now realizing this makes it even funnier that he was pissed about it in the first place. Sandman funny as shit throughout that entire interview. All right. However,
man, that shit is hilarious.
That court case from the mass transit incident came about, right? Now the jury in this court case was a bunch of white people, like a white dude. He said like it was a bunch of white women, a few white dudes. He was like, and then there was an old black juror, right? he was like,
my savior.
He was. I looked at him dozing off and shit. I said, "Stay awake, nigga. You my savior." I said, "Damn, dog, that's real though." He was like, he really was like, cause he the one lone black man in this entire jury, so he's the voice of reason for any type of verdict that comes up, right? So this motherfucker Paul Heyman was working the judge, right? Because that extra man's, about the what about after the match or whatever, right? So he was talking about how like Mass Transit's dad was hurling slurs at him that he was calling him the N-word, right? So so the judge is like, okay, well, we need you to say the actual word for documentation. So you look over at New Jack, he goes, sorry, Jack. He called him a nigger.
That man Paul E was like, I don't want no smoke.
So the motherfucker, so it's like New Jack said the motherfucking black juror perked up. The white jurors were murmuring, like the white women were like, oh my God. He was like, I'm in the motherfucking courtroom laughing my ass off. I said, that is for true. That nigga knew he was going to beat that case. So, all right, listen, hear me out. Wrestling on coke sounds wild as hell. However, New Jack high jumping off areas into tables and shit, like it's nothing because it's nothing, which I thought was pretty cool. So, whatever. One spot cracked New Jack's skull and caused insomnia and limited vision. Right now, there was a match where him and I forgot Cuz's name, but dude suggested the spot, right? So when they get to the spot, dude like looks down and he's like, I don't want to do this. So New Jack's like, oh, fuck this, we're doing this on 3, as a matter of fact. 1, 2, and then he like they do the spot, right? However, he doesn't commit to the spot. And it causes New Jack, right? Because New Jack lands first. He lands on top of New Jack. New Jack hits nothing but concrete in his scully. So it leaves him with insomnia. He was blind in one eye for the rest of his life. So, in retaliation, he got payback when he returned in a scaffold match with a taser. Oh, yeah. Your man's snorted a couple lines, was ready to rock, got up that scaffold, had the motherfucking taser on Becky. Yeah! Your man was like, Jack, I can't feel my legs. Jack said, you're not going to need them anyway, motherfucker. The scaffold into a whole gang of tables, bro.
Beautiful.
Bro, he could have killed your man. Luckily, dude only dislocated his ankle.
Yeah. Man,
but then it starts to get a little darker as the years go by, because you gotta realize, like, as the years go by, things start to become a little more passe, or like nobody's really into it anymore. There's new trends and shit. So we get to a point where he like fighting a 78-year-old wrestler in like a little independent match or whatever. And the 78-year-old wrestler's gimmick is that he like is impervious to pain. Well, no one told New Jack this. So when dudes started no-selling shit, and then not only that, the crowd started calling New Jack the N-word. Well, New Jack lost his shit, started beating the hell out of the 78-year-old man. In which, in the interview, you can see his like remorse and regret over that situation in particular, because he was like, because they brought it up or whatever, right? And he said, "Oh no, the 78-year-old man. Oh my God." Give me a minute. He grabbed his fucking screwdriver, takes a sip before he can tell the story. So you can tell he had remorse about that one in particular, right?
Yeah.
However, again, I add on Sandman is funny as shit in his interview. So by 2004, he was doing hardcore matches with like little to no crowd, which is a sign. You know, like your career is coming to an end slowly, but surely. In this match, he stabs a dude 9 times. He counted. The news said it was 16, in which he said, no, I counted. It was 9. So you know, they call the police and they're like, you know, there's been a stabbing at the Ramada. Is a black man in army fatigue stabbing a white man, and that's exactly how police reacted. Because they got there, everybody hands in the air, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. New Jack wasn't in the way with this one. He ended up, you know, in bookings for it, right? The dude he stabbed was like, I got an idea. We'll circuit around the state of Florida and with an angle of I'm looking for New Jack after that stab. New Jack was like, I'll tell you what. You drop the charges, we'll talk about it. He drops the charges. New Jack gets all of his shit, promptly leaves Florida. Smart man. And that's what that's all I had for notes as far as that goes. However, I do want to bring up the end of it, because the end of it was, you know, it was funny as shit, but I kind of hope that's how he went out, man, because it would have been the New Jack way. They asked, you know, when you're long gone or whatever, and they make a movie about you, how do you want it to end? So it was like, man, I'm like at the end of my life story is going to be me sitting in the wheelchair and I'm snorting a whole bunch of coke. It's like I'm snorting a whole bunch of coke, and I'm like, thank you, bitches. Oh man, the reenactment for that shit was so awesome, because like it was like a whole bunch of powder flying up. He's like laughing like this. So yeah, man, that was the review on New Jack. Rest in peace, New Jack.
Rest in peace.
We gonna miss you. We definitely gonna miss you. However, we'll go from one tribute to another, and this will be wrapping up the episode. This has actually been a pretty long episode. It feels like, at least.
It has.
But
a good one.
So, Mother's Day. No, not Mother's Day. I lied. This past Tuesday, Colt Brennan passed away. Colt Brennan was quarterback for the University of Hawaii back from 2005 to 2007. Probably one of the most prolific passers in college football history. So that being said, let's do his obituary that I have for him. 2,400-yard games, 96 touchdown passes in a 2-season span. His 14,193 yards passing is the 6th most in NCAA history. His 186 flat efficiency rating is 8th all time. He broke the record when he was there, but 2nd all-time pass completion percentage of 70.4%. 131 career touchdown passes, which is 4th all-time, and 146 total, which is 2nd all-time. A Heisman finalist the year Tim Tebow won, which I'm so as surprised as you all are about it. All these stats add up to Colt Brennan's 3 years in Hawaii. So you kind of understand why I was so infuriated when the Falcons drafted Matt Ryan that year instead. I digress. You see these records. It's an injustice. It's an injustice that Colt never played a regular season NFL game. Well, that's because he was doomed from draft day on, guys. He gets selected by Washington, where your career reputedly goes to die. Right. But he actually went crazy during preseason, His first game was during the Hall of Fame game. He goes 9 for 10 for 123 yards and had a 157.5 passer rate. Then he goes 4 for 5 a couple of weeks later and actually beats the Jets. Brennan led all the rookies that preseason in touchdown passes, passing yards, and quarterback rating throughout the entire preseason for with 31 touchdowns. Or no, excuse me. He finished the 2008 preseason going 36 for 53 for 411 yards and 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. For the preseason, his completion percentage was 67.9% and his quarterback rating was 109.9. He also carried the ball twice for 11 yards. And instead, Washington went with Rex fucking Grossman. And Washington fans, how did I pan for you all? You colossal fucking idiots. Let's add insult to Brennan's hip injury in 2009. They signed John Beck to back up Rex fucking Grossman.
Oh my God.
So they released Brennan because of it.
Oh my God.
Well, so he goes to Oakland, right? And subsequently gets released from a team with Jason Campbell starting and Cal Bowler as his backup. Raiders fans, how did that pan out for you? You colossal fucking idiots. So he joins the team in the CFL. That team folds. He joins the Rough Riders in the CFL. They do to him what Washington did to him. And he's cut. And so finally he joins an arena football team as a last resort. And he's cut because of a scar in his brain from a 2010 car accident, which left him impulsively impaired. All right? Essentially, that led to his downfall. Because after some time rehabbing a drinking problem that's gotten him in a bit of trouble over the years after football, he passed away after what I assume accidentally ingesting fentanyl, which is yet another person I highly regard dying from that shit. And it should be that, not weed, that should be illegal. But once more, I digress. It's an absolute shame how such a record-breaking prolific passer never quite got a chance at the pros to flourish. And we'll never know if he would ever have been a premier quarterback. And that is the tragedy in all of that. Because a lot could have changed if they gave the job to Colt instead of Rex Grossman. A lot could have changed. And he probably could still be with us today when you think about it. Because his car accident was during the 2010 offseason out in Hawaii, where he lived. He had nothing else better to do. And that's how he got in that accident. But if he had some shit to do, if he was in training camp or some shit like that, he'd still be with us. And that shit, man. I don't think I'll be able to get over that, to be honest. Because he was so good. So good. And they never gave him a chance. That sickens me. Rest in peace, Cole Brennan. Final thoughts, gentlemen?
I don't have any final thoughts. Well, actually, now as I said, I have kind of a thought comes to my head. How ironic. I just, with all this death and stuff happening, like, this is just like, y'all, I got to value life, man. Cause this shit ain't promised to nobody, bro. Like, this shit ain't promised to nobody. From Kobe on to now, bro, like, so many motherfuckers have passed on. And it's just like, bro, like, niggas is mad young. Like, I just left a funeral, like, last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, D'Angelo. You know D'Angelo.
Oh, I know D'Angelo, man. I know D'Angelo.
37.
He was only 37.
Yeah, like,
yeah, that's like you know, like that's like my childhood friend's older brother Will, man. 36 years old. Like, that shit hurts. It hurts so fucking much to see people that you like know and love go so early.
Yeah,
I can't, man. I can't stress enough how sad that shit is, man. Like,
I got
I miss everybody that should still be here with us today. I do, so fucking much.
value life, man. It's not promised to no. That's my final thought. I don't have nothing else to say.
I got nothing to follow up with that.
Well, I'll wrap up final thoughts with this. So, you may have noticed throughout this episode, my attitude has been completely different from the previous weeks or ever. That's because I am on a month-long tweet hiatus. Why? Because my life sucks. Why? Because I don't get paid much. So we're going to start getting paid more. And first thing doing that is passing a drug test. So that being said, I am going to have to clean for a little while until I can find a better paying job, which absolutely sucks because I kind of love my job. Like, it's a pretty sweet job. I just don't get paid much, you know? And it sucks, but it is what it is. I just need greener pastures. That's all. So with that being said, like I've gotten tipped to an opportunity. I just gotta clean the system out. That's it. However, in turn, this is pretty much what you guys are going to get for the next few weeks. Why? Because I'm not mellowed out. And I'm a naturally angry person. Why? Because I hate the world around me. And well, though I'm not going to kill myself, because
Please don't.
I figured over the years, I am miserable living in this shit. And it's not changing for the better. So yeah, I'm gonna be very angry about things. Things are gonna irk the shit out of me easily in the drop of a hat. I don't have patience for shit anymore. I just don't. Like I legitimately have.
And when they do get bad, we're gonna call Juan, and we're gonna let Juan be here, so he can take those bullets, not me.
What? Did I even catch what the fuck I just said, or did it like drop?
The last part we didn't catch.
I didn't hear. Yeah.
No. The last part was that I'm a miserable person, and or naturally, and that's just going to be the thing for the next few weeks. I'm just going to be snapping at the drop of a hat at moment's notice, like without moment's notice, because I suffer from clinical depression and anxiety, and with that, constant mood swings. Thing is, I can't afford therapy right now, so I'm not doing that right now. Can't afford medication right now. Ain't doing that right now. So this is where we're at right now. This is why I need to get a better job, so I get back to doing all that shit. You know what I mean? That being said, take care of yourselves mentally. That's the best advice I can give you right now. Why? Because I'm in a personal mental health. Because I hate everything around me.
I'm right there with you, brother.
Tolerate it so then I don't have much of a, to drink. These buzz balls kind of put me where I need to be, but ain't enough. You know what I'm saying? So people look at it as an addiction. I have a chemical imbalance. You figure that out then, if it's such a goddamn addiction. Let me add on to the fact that I'm one of those people who catches the side effects from Western medicine. So what are we doing? Shut up. Bring it on home, Kenny.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time is now about to be 11:30, which means I'm tired, which means you won't be getting a lot of energy from me for these AKAs. So, that being said, my name is Kenneth Whitaker, AKA Hendrik Solo, the original owner of the Millennial Falcon.
don't feel like doing.
Damn.
I ain't in the mood.
That's how you know that's how you know it's real. AKA Last Black Jedi. Always in motion is the future. Yeah, lightsaber. AKA Mr. Ghost Lick Vodka. Okay, spread your shit. Spread your shit. Pussies on the pavement, fellas. Down. Now hold hands. What? Hold his fucking hand. Hold my fucking hand.
Your little sister.
Little sister. Perfect. Hey. Lamar L. Jackson. Yeah. Watch the read option.
We finally got more blockers.
Haven't you watched the film? Mike, he's going to blitz the corner. Watch out for the corner. Oh, shit. AKA Nacho Man, I'm a savage. Mean Gene, Nacho Man's tired, so he's going in his dressing room for the night. Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Nacho Man, I'm a Savage, live in his evening gown.
Who stole my blanket? Yeah.
Back to you, Bobby.
Oh, shit. Again, they're very sexual. They're very tight. Austin Powers, Faja.
Wait, is Faja?
Dad is Faja.
Oh, Butter.
The fall will kill us both, Powers. You can't kill me, but why won't you die?
He was genuinely curious at that point. I was too.
Why won't you die?
I legit might put that on.
It wasn't even why for me. It was how.
That's it. This black man is dead.
Correct. All right. So hold that thought.
Do that.
All right. Cool. All right. So to bring it on home, my name is Carlos Crawford, aka acting as commissioner or the commish. It's Chin Music Charlie, aka Big Flair. None of you can be first, but a bunch of you can be next. Woo! AKA Stack Miller, as time's a waste and I'm free basing with three Masons. My girl switching the locks, the keys keep changing. Dreaming of places, my own personal creations. If there's a party in heaven, I plan to leave wasted. Retracing my steps way back to biblical times. We all gonna end up meeting at the finishing line. AKA John Smokes. Now at the mound, John Smokes. Count is full, bases are loaded, and Smokes' lungs are full. He pitches, slider paints the corner. Smokes continues his no-hitter as the inning ends.
Loved how he confused them high. Made him go low.
AKA the idiom savant. You know, Kenny, we hit the nail on the head every episode. I hope they know this. Like, that's why they need to start watching the product. True and also true. So,
on the head.
Bring it on home, AKA Haystack West. Howdy, we're looking for Officer Nieves. He in? No, amigo. He's on a bounty hunt down in El Juarez.
How long has he been out?
A few days. And you're not going to look for him. If your boss that nobody likes goes missing for a few days looking for a violent gang, would you go looking for him?
Good point. Not usually, but it's important that we find them. Well, I say you start out there. Thank you. All right, let's get on out of here. And I tell you, this better all be worth it. I'm gonna be furious. I might kick Sheriff's ass over this.
All right, and ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 139.
139.
Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube. How about watching the videos for once, maybe?
Watch the product, assholes. Share it with all of your page. Let people watch it.
That'd be nice. Happy belated Kate Bush. We love you. We miss you. Rest in peace, doggy. We off this.
We out.